Dramatic video released by Ukrainian armed forces purports to show drones blasting Russian tanks with drone bombs. This is the dramatic moment Ukraine's forces unleashed hell on Russian armored vehicles as they repelled an assault by Vladimir Putin's army. Dramatic video appears to show the Russian despot's weary troops being pounded by Ukrainian ordnance before being finished off by drone bombings. The images, obtained from the 79th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade of the Tavri and Air Assault Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, show various brutal attacks, with Russian vehicles shown taking evasive maneuvers to escape, and a soldier scrambling from a tank as it's hammered by a drone from above. The forces say the clips were captured during a Russian attack on the positions of the 79th and 471st Separate Infantry Battalion, with losses for the invading army including 1 tank and 3 armored vehicles. Sharing the clip on Facebook, the 79th Separate Airborne Assault Brigade of the Tavri said, "The occupiers continue to lose personnel and armored vehicles in frontal attacks on Paraskovivka and Kostyantinivka in the Kurakiv direction of the front. In this footage, you can see the repulsion of another Russian assault on the positions of the 79th and 471st Separate Infantry Battalion. Enemy losses include 1 tank and 3 armored vehicles. 8 occupiers were killed in the attack, with the same number wounded, according to the caption. It comes as Russia lost a 30 million bomber in a recent attack by Ukraine's forces, Kyiv claims. The Ukrainian main intelligence directorate claimed Ukraine took out one of the prized Sukhoi Su-34 aircraft in a strike on the Morozovsk airfield in Rostov Oblast, southwestern Russia. Russian ammunition deposits were also struck in the bombing, which damaged several buildings. Russia has been relying on the twin-engine Su-34s since the invasion of Ukraine began back in February 2022. Ukrainian officials said the Morozovsk airfield attack was in line with a growing number of long-range attacks against Russian targets, with an uptick in attacks since July. It comes as Ukraine urges its allies to give permission to strike targets in Russia with long-range missiles provided through military aid. So far, Western allies, particularly the US, have refused, citing the risk of an escalation from Moscow. Over the past few days, Russian forces have made significant progress in the Donetsk region, advancing in the area of 7 settlements, according to reports from Deep State. The Russian army is pushing westward toward Pokrovsk, a crucial logistics hub for Ukrainian forces in Donbas, and continues its offensive west of the city of Donetsk and near the administrative border of the Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia regions. Ukrainian counterattacks involving tanks were not able to halt the Russian advance. Russian forces are assaulting from 3 axes in the Pokrovsk area, attacking from the north and bypassing from the east. Assault operations are also ongoing west of Serhivka. The situation around Toretsk has worsened as well. According to Meduza Frontline Situation Analysis, Russian troops have advanced several kilometers west of Zalizn toward New York, attempting to connect with forces storming Zalizn. This movement threatens to encircle Ukrainian troops fortified in positions established since 2015. If the Russian advance continues at this pace, the Armed Forces of Ukraine, AFU, may soon need to retreat from these positions. Toretsk itself remains under Ukrainian control, but has endured massive shelling for over a month, with attacks from both artillery and aircraft using guided bombs. The proximity to the front line has also allowed Russian forces to deploy FPV drones targeting Ukrainian armored and civilian vehicles. Deep State's Telegram channel noted on August 4th, "The enemy seems to have broken through the chain. Assault operations north of Zhelan continue. In addition, the enemy has a tactical success east of the village and is making an attempt to bypass it." Analysts also report Russian progress in the settlements of Ivanivka and Lysychny, with assaults on Ivanivka and attempts to bypass Lysychny from the south. The AFU's defensive crisis is intensifying in a 100-kilometer arc around Avdiivka. Following the capture of the village of Purports between Avdiivka and Pokrovsk in late July, Russian forces have targeted the flanks and rear of Ukrainian units, forcing them to abandon positions. The brewing defensive crisis near Pokrovsk, Toretsk, and Chasiv Yar is compounded by challenges in other areas, particularly in the southern Donbass. The AFU commanders face significant challenges in stabilizing the situation.
Орудие! Выстрел!
Готов?
Выстрел!
Писать.
Орудие! Выстрел!